it always just feels so right. Just so right, so mellow, so chill, just easing into the morning. What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy pal, Hey Archer. Welcome back to Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. I'm sorry, I said me, your buddy pal, Hey Archer. It's me, Hollywood Archer. Shirt dropping later this week. I blame you, Yukon Phil. I blame you, General Kenobi. You created this monster. And so did you, Rolando Flores. Welcome, everybody, to Nerdy Coffee. Normally, your Monday morning, but this week, it's your Tuesday morning nerdy show where we sit back, relax, enjoy a nice cup of Java. Hopefully, you're drinking out of your favorite nerd-affiliated cup that you will put Java in. But if not, links down below. Pick up all the cool merch. But we just talk like nerd news. We talked about last week. We talked about things coming up, things exciting, things from the weekend. Just cover all the bases. We're at Thursday's show. We're just bullshitting the whole time. A little more formatted on this show. I mean, Batman. Like, it's just this weekend was Batman. It's all Batman. But as I say on the other show, if you have a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog, a vlog, an OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, any and all of those, put them in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. Now, you also will see up above there, if you are so inclined to donate to the cause, you can join the Nerd Foundation, join our channel memberships, or you can even super chat if you like to. Those are not required to be here, but it's always just a little fun. So thank you in advance. Again, hello to Rolando and anybody else watching across Twitch and Facebook. We finally got Facebook to work once again. So welcome to all of you. It's kind of weird. I'm used to playing off somebody else on for this show, but as you know, it's a different day of the week. Sal, good news. Sal went through his procedure, and he's doing well. He's in recovery, and Anthony had a nosebleed. So the Nerd Foundation is all kinds of messed up this week, we'll say, but that's all right. I'll run it solo dolo, as the kids say. So why don't we start off with just touching on last week's releases, and boy, oh boy, right away, Poker Face came out. Didn't see it. Still a good show. But these next two, in the chat, let me know. Even if you're watching the replay, let me know. If you're listening on a podcast platform, come over here to Nerd Affiliated. You need to let us know. Bad Batch or Last of Us? Which show dominated last week? I know, in my opinion, I think most of you would agree Last of Us is dominating as far as the season is concerned. But as far as which show had the better week, I don't know. And I was just thinking, maybe it's cheating because Bad Batch had 2 episodes last week. They did episodes 7 and 8. But Last of Us, such a good episode. Also, let me know, this was up for debate. It was Last of Us episode 5, the second best episode of the season. Because I think episode 3 that's still next tier. But you all can let me know down below in the comments, of course. Rolando saying, Bad Batch, I've not seen Last of Us. You have to change it. Have you not seen any of Last of Us or just last week's episode? Coffee's so good. I just realized this is my first sip of the day. So tasty. And something we haven't done in a while. I'm drinking Nespresso I think this is gingerbread flavor. So thumbs up there. But yeah, I mean, Bad Batch last week, absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna spoil any of it, even though it's been a week. Um, I feel like it's proper to give it, just over. But Bad Batch is just last week's turnaround once again. Uh, the better story arcs involve the Bad Batch not even being involved, and in this one they do come into play. They just do their job. Actually, they're successful at their job, but the story is just so much bigger than them. And I think the show excels when it emphasizes the story is bigger than them. They are not the main focus here. And you've not seen any of The Last of Us. Yeah, you got to change that, dude. Last of Us episode 5, again, not going to spoil it. As I mentioned before, episode 3, far superior. Probably episode of the year for anything, I would say. And to give it that title, I would say it attracts both fans and non-fans of the franchise. And it also had an amazing story with little to do with the overall story. Like it was its own side quest and just had a massive effect on everybody. So I would say Last of Us episode 3, episode of the year. But was episode 5 the one right beneath it? We shall see. We shall see. So we'll roll into what's coming up this week, which more or less is the same. We have Bad Batch episode 9, which I don't even know how they top episode 8, but we'll have that coming out. So that's on Wednesday. And then Thursday, another new episode of Poker Face. I definitely have to catch up on that. You know what it is? We've been watching Ted Lasso. We actually just started Ted Lasso. Good show. Very good show. Totally different from everything else that I've been watching. So I am thoroughly enjoying that. So let me know if you've watched the good old Ted Lasso. I missed this week's Darcy and Stacy, but again, new episode next week. And of course, ending the week itself, Last of Us on Sunday, episode 6. Now, Sal did leave a couple notes in here. This week, I believe, last week, Hogwarts, the Harry Potter game came out, and huge success. Like, despite everybody trying to trash it, huge success. But this week, I believe the PC version is coming out, and I won't spoil it for you, just in case somebody else is listening, not in the chat, who does not want it spoiled. I'll skip for now. But the PC version, I guess, is coming out, and it's been pretty buggy, or maybe it did come out, and people are trying to fix the bugs in the game. However, the game is steamrolling through all KPIs, all key performance indicators. The number one streamed Twitch game, Hogwarts Legacy. Good morning, K-Walk. Good to see you. I do wish that Sal was here because he could elaborate more. He's the video game guy, but I do know the game is it's killing it as far as everybody's reviews, with a few exceptions, and the streams, the views, all that fun stuff. So that's Harry Potter. I'm trying to fly through this. I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to the big news and the big reveals. So we're rolling into nerd news. So just to, again, I just want to fly through and get to the important stuff. We did. Good morning, Steve. Good to see you. Oh, I got news for you. I mean, you already know about it, but so last week we got some gameplay footage of Jedi Survivor. I'm not the biggest Jedi Survivor fan, I watched the cinematics from the first game. I love the concept of this game, but I don't like platformers, so it was not for me. Gameplay came out. People seem to like it. I think some of the things I didn't like about it outside the platform function is something I didn't like about the first game, which is that the lightsabers are like more like baseball bats. Like you can just keep hitting people with the lightsabers, but then like you're cutting through everything else with ease. That part just bothers me. I don't know. I might be looking too deep into it, but gameplay footage came out. People are loving it. People are excited. I'm excited. And honestly, if I'm thinking about like lightsabers I would have in my collection, I would I definitely would want some of the lightsabers from this game. So let me know your thoughts on that, especially if you're gonna pick it up. Again, flying through, going over into Marvel, the Marvel side of Disney, it was revealed that a Spider-Man noir live action series is in the works over at Amazon. I'm indifferent towards this. Very indifferent towards this. I think that when it comes to Spider-Man, unless you're putting your all, you like everything you have into a live action movie, I think animated's the way to go. You can get away with more as far as the violence goes, as far as the slinging goes, as far as the look, and especially with noir. I mean, it's all black and white. So I think this would have been better suited as a animated show. I do acknowledge that maybe they don't want to cause confusion with people being like, "Oh, is that the same Spider-Man from the movie? Like, is it connected? Is it not connected? Etc." But I think this is better suited as a animated show. Other surprise though here, the fact that it's on Amazon. So Sony does not have their own streaming app, but Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man unless they are loaning him out to Disney. And this is not on Disney Plus. So there is in the stock market world, there is that rumor going around that Disney may start selling off licenses or maybe like doing like a rental type thing so that they can get some money in, but have somebody else produce so they're not wasting that money. Maybe this is that first example. This could be that first example. But the two things that jumped out at me, one, live action, two, Amazon. So, let me know your thoughts on that. Am I crazy? Like, do you want a live action? Because I when I think live action Spider-Man, I immediately think of like the shows from the show from the 70s, which I liked as a kid, but that would not hold up today. That would absolutely not hold up. Steve is replaying The Last of Us Part 1. Oh boy, it's a whole new experience now. Yeah. Yeah. I was watching Hobbies with Jose. He's doing a replay of the remastered. And yeah, it's such a good game. I remember enjoying playing it, and then eventually just went for all the cutscenes because I just ran out of time. And that's the thing. I will love to get into gaming, but it's the time factor, especially for a game like that. All right. One thing before we end the entire, or actually two more things before we end the entire stream on DC. Last week, I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words that they would try to spin this as though it's a positive, as though this is something that we have all wanted, as though this is something that like we've asked for. Sightline seating at AMC. What is sightline seating, you may ask? Well, that means that you pay a premium to sit in the quote unquote better seats of the theater, which is, that's all person to person. I personally prefer sitting out in the back, but apparently to them, sitting dead center is the best seat. So imagine you have to pay more if you want to get that dead center seat. Imagine being in an empty theater and having to pay more to sit in dead center as the like There's nobody else around, but you got to pay this premium to do it. And they're trying to spin it like, oh, well, you should. I mean, obviously, the best way to do this, subscribe to AMC Stubs, and then you don't even have to pay extra for those premium seats. Dead in the water. Dead in the water. I don't see how, like, I say it week after week. The theater industry is dead. It is dead. They're like, yeah, Flashpoint is coming out. Shazam's coming out. Ant-Man's coming out. If it's not a superhero big movie, it's not Avatar, nobody's going to the theaters. It's just not happening. And seeing them do something like this is the complete wrong way about trying to solve that problem. Or I should say, solve the problem of losing money. This is not the way to do it. And just as proof of that, I'm going to quickly just do a quick box office recap because it rolls right into this. Last weekend, the number one grossing movie, Magic Mike's Last Dance, $8 million.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
I mean, again, did people even know Magic Mike 3 was coming out? Probably not. But it drops Valentine's Day weekend. Yeah, I know the Super Bowl was Sunday, but do you really think Sunday in its entirety was a wash to people? I highly doubt it. Magic Mike, $8 million. Avatar still top 3 at number 2. And then James Cameron in the 3rd spot as well with Titanic. So if it ain't some big spectacle, if it ain't the, top of the elite as far as production value, production budget, ain't nobody going to the theaters. What does Steve say here? Have a great day, guys. I'm starting a new position in 2 weeks, so I won't be here for the morning brews. Well, congratulations on the new job. I'm sad you won't be here for the morning coffee. So it's a double-edged sword there. So yeah, there's my rant on theaters. It's a wrap. All right. I'm excited. We'll start on a bad note first, and then we'll go into the best news. So first of all, we found out last week, Brendan Fraser was supposed to be Firefly in Batgirl. I had no idea. I as I think about it, like maybe I knew he was involved, but for some reason I thought he'd still be playing his Doom Patrol character. But apparently Brendan Fraser was Firefly. He says it was great. Movie was great. He in this Howard Stern interview, I didn't want to play it and get like copyright strikes or anything, but in the interview, which you should watch, he talks about, the backstory to the character, him also being of the villain that you kind of like, even though they're doing wrong, like bad things. I would have loved to see Brendan Fraser play a villain. Like, how do you hate Brendan Fraser? But then on top of that, how do you hate the person who's committing mass murder and destruction while it's Brendan Fraser? So I wish we get the movie. I wish they would just do whatever they got to do. Dig it out of the grave, give us the movie, or at least give us stills or I don't know, something. Bring him back, bring Batgirl back, make a whole new movie. I don't know, something. But it's the one that got away. It's absolutely the one that got away. Now, sticking with DC movie news, we got a trailer, our first official trailer, not a teaser trailer, to The Flash, Flashpoint. It's going by many different names. We have a trailer reaction dropping this week. Anthony was gracious enough to give us his thoughts, so I'm still editing that. But I realized that Google may have spoiled something here. So I'm gonna just scroll past that. I mean, you probably saw it. I won't say it. But you probably saw it. Interesting. I hope what happens. I hope something happens that I think is going to happen by seeing what we saw there. If you want to rewind, feel free. If you want to jump over from the podcast, feel free. But I like what I saw. Anyway, Flash trailer dropped. Universally amazing. Absolutely amazing. Universally, we are not sure like how to feel considering it's Ezra Miller. It is absolutely confusing emotionally in my brain as a fan, as a person, to be like, I'm so hyped. I want to see Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in the same Batman movie, but in doing so, I'm supporting Ezra Miller. That's tough. It's tough. But trailer looks amazing. Trailer reaction is dropping this week, so look forward to that. It looked great. I'm going to try to add some more jokes to the trailer reaction because there's definitely some movie rips there. But nonetheless, excited for it. And then going into our final topic of the day, the one I'm most excited for. Hot Toys, the geniuses they are, said, hey, Flash trailer, Michael Keaton. You guys are pumped for Michael Keaton? Do you want Michael Keaton? Do you like Michael Keaton? Because we're going to give you the motherfucking Michael Keaton. Hot Toys reveals their 1/6 scale Michael Keaton from Batman 89, their version 2.0 figure. Holy shit. Does this thing look amazing? Absolutely amazing. Well, it's easy to call it. It's my own decision. But I've called that my first Hot Toy purchase, and maybe my only one, I doubt it's my only one, but maybe, would be Michael Keaton Batman. And I've been waiting, and here he is. Absolutely amazing. This is the deluxe version. It comes with the gargoyle here and this piece from the final scene of the movie. Now, I did go on the Hot Toys website. Yeah, that's a better look at the piece here. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. They still haven't actually released that yet. But this is a deluxe version that comes with the gargoyle. On the Hot Toys site, they do note that this computer system in the background is going to be its own purchase, its own pre-order. So again, I mean, the figure we always wanted as kids that we could never get, the set we wanted as kids we could never get, we will be getting that. Absolutely amazing. It's funny, in the comments, somebody was like, hey, it looks like he can't turn his head. Like, what's the deal with that? And immediately beneath that, somebody was like, they were like, have you not seen Batman 89? Because he can't turn his head. But I am so pumped for this figure. I want it bad. The yellow on the belt, everything. But I just wish it had I wish he had a full face, non-cowl head sculpt. Maybe there's additional licensing issues there. They couldn't get approved. I don't know what the deal is. But even having just this battle damage one, I'm fine with that. They also noted that the eyes turn. So you can actually turn those eyes for however you're going to display him. Now, the other part, the part that makes you go broke, General Kenobi. Good to see you, brother. I'm following in your footsteps. You opened that gate. General Kenobi just purchased his first Hot Toy the other day. Well, actually, he bought it back at Celebration. It finally arrived the other day. He loves it. And I always said this would be the first one I'd buy. But this year, the Batmobile, I mean, the fact that he even comes with the rotating stand like in the movie. I mean, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What's wild is last night I was looking at videos of the Thunder Tank from Super 7, and I bet you they both cost the same. Thunder Tank was like 6 something. I imagine this between 6 and 8, but this will be far more detailed. Just an overall better unboxing experience, a better thing to display than the Thunder Tank. And I mean, if Hot Toys really wants to mess things up and show everybody how to do it, you release this baby here at $400 and give the middle finger to Hasbro and tell them like, hey, this is what you can do for $400. This is the type of thing you can get. 1/6 scale Batmobile, and as you can see here, he can go in there. So your Batman figure can go into that Batmobile. And that also leads me to believe that he'll be able to sit at the computer as well. Now, I know the material with Hot Toys, they say that with some of the figures, you don't want them in a bended pose for too long. So I don't know if you'd want him sitting at the computer like at all times, because eventually the material might start to stretch or it may rip over time. But knowing that he can sit, I think the Batmobile and this computer absolutely necessary for photography. What is up, Aaron? Good to see you. Yeah, we're doing a show on Tuesday versus Monday. Yeah, I'm pumped for this. There was who shared the photo? I'm gonna see if I can send this to myself real quick, and then we'll call it an episode. Let's see. Will it let me do it? No. I was trying to do an airdrop mid-show. Let me I'm gonna try to find this real quick. Somebody released they released what's going to be coming in the deluxe set as well. Here it is. So in the deluxe figure, here you can see like the eyes do turn, separated eye roll. The different mouthpieces with different expressions in the battle damage. You get the gargoyle, you get the different hands, and then you get all these accessories here. I don't know if I can zoom in. No, we can't. But he's got a grapnel launcher. He's got the Batarang, Ninja Stars, and then yeah, I think that's all it comes with. Oh, the other thing I was going to note, the cowl, I believe, has wires in it, so you can pose it in many different ways, including like this one here where he's kind of like almost like covering himself. Absolutely amazing. Man, my freaking allergies. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait for that figure. I wanted that figure since I knew Hot Toys existed. It just, man. So Steve has the NECA quarter scale Batman figure. I was going to buy that one because that's also an amazing figure, but I knew that Hot Toys was going to come out with one, so I decided I would wait. I think the price point is almost the same. The NECA quarter scale is about $180. I want to say that's what Steve probably paid, was like $180 or $200 or somewhere in that realm. It may have even been $150. But Hot Toys are generally in that $250 range. So I was like, all right, I want to wait for Hot Toys to release theirs, pay the extra. Maybe it comes with a maskless head sculpt and some other things. As we saw, it does not. However, since I waited this long, I might as well just wait for that figure. Do I get the Batmobile? Who knows? Definitely need to get the computer. I would remove everything up there to display that, or maybe even put him up there. That's what I'm thinking. But I wanted this whole 30 minutes to be about Batman, but in trying to keep with the format, I couldn't. But God, I figured one more time. It's so good. It is so good. They haven't even announced when the pre-order is, but God, I need that. Duff Man. Oh yeah. Good to see you, brother. Oh God. Ugh. That's a way to start a day. As I mentioned at the top, Sal is doing good. He's in recovery at the moment. So thank you for all the messages, the thoughts, the prayers, all that stuff. Can't wait to have him back on the show. Anthony also will be coming back. But I do have I'm working on Anthony's trailer reaction to the Flash movie. So that will be coming out. But in the meantime, if you need to watch a dope trailer reaction to the movie, hang on. Where are you at? Here it is. Copy. Can I paste links in here now? I can. Wow, look at that. If you want to watch a great trailer reaction, Aaron Waller, who's in the chat, just released his over at Nerdgenic, and that will hold you over until ours comes out. Actually, make sure you subscribe to Nerdgenic. Aaron not only put out that Flash trailer reaction today, but he put out a really good video on Val Zod, a.k.a. Black Superman. Highly recommend. There's going to be a movie. At some point, there will be a Val Zod movie, Val Zod appearance. Can't stop it. So, why not get familiar with who he is now? Get familiar in advance. My suggestion. I still got to work on the music as well. It's been a busy week. But thank you for stopping by here on this Tuesday morning for Nerdy Coffee. Normally Monday morning, but alas, we still knocked out that episode. Sal's doing great. We're doing great. Thank you to all of you. Hey Archer Live this Thursday is going to be at 9 o'clock versus 8:15. So a little change based on the guest. That's all I'm going to say. So write it down. Write it on the calendar. Put it on your refrigerator. 9 o'clock, not 8:15. But next week, everything's back to normal. 9 a.m. on Monday for Nerdy Coffee. 8:15 p.m. for Hey Archer on Thursday. So much excitement going on. So many cool things are happening. Can't wait to talk about it with all of you. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the membership. Links down below. Buy yourself some merch. And we'll talk to all your nerds in the next video. Peace. I need more hands. I need more hands to be able to hit all the things. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's me again still. Did I hit the wrong button? I always hit the wrong button. I always do that. That's my problem. I don't know. Let's see. It's making me... always does that. Always does that. Hang on. We'll get there. We will make it.